Hi guys from FIBO 2019. We are here with the man himself, Cedric McMillan, after 1 year. Hi Cedric, how are you, man?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
What changed in your life during this year?
Nah, shit, nothing changed in my life, man. It's just, you know, the same as always, working, kids, and bodybuilding, you know.
Still bodybuilding as much as you did in the past?
I will always love the sport.
Passionate.
I always love the activity, you know. That's never going to change. I have to, you know, put everything in perspective and understand that winning and losing shows is only a part of the sport, you know, but it's not everything.
Where do you find your motivation?
Yeah, my motivation is in the love and the passion for it, you know. I think even if I never compete, I will still train and try to be better, you know, until I die probably, or I'm too old.
How old are you actually?
Yeah, I'm 40.
Oh, 40.
But I say I'm 39, and I'll be 39 until I'm 50. And then I'll say I'm 40.
That's the best attitude, yeah. Do you think that you achieved already your potential?
No.
No, you still have some reserve there.
Yeah, man, I'm in it for the long run, you know. Sometimes you see a lot of guys, they come out and they go straight to the top and they come down just as fast. And for me, you know, to do something that I love, I would want to do it as long as I can.
Yeah.
So not really trying to burn myself out or do things in an unhealthy way that could shorten my career, you know. So maybe the way I do the sport is not satisfying for some people because they, you know, will want to see me be better or win more, be bigger or whatever. But, you know, I feel like I have to take you know, a healthy approach, take a healthy pace, you know, and slowly make progress over time. You know, and that's what my goal is. Yeah.
Is there something that you would change if you had the possibility to go back like 10 years and you would do something differently?
Absolutely not.
Nothing.
Yeah, I think, you know, in not just this sport, but in everything in life, you have to, you know, have a clear idea of what you're trying to accomplish, and you have to also have a clear understanding of who you are and try not to lose yourself in the process of reaching your goals or attempting to reach your goals, you know. So, you know, I think if, say I won Mr. Olympia 5 years ago and my career is over now, I think I would want to go back and change that and have a longer career. Right?
Do you still believe that you are going to win the Mr. Olympia title?
Yeah, well, honestly, it has never really been a goal of mine to win any particular show. My goal was to represent, you know, a style of bodybuilding that is gone now. And, you know, that may involve winning shows sometimes, losing shows sometimes, but it has no effect on my motivation because, again, I'm here, my dream is to be able to represent a certain style of the sport. And I feel like, you know, I'm accomplishing that over the years, you know, regardless of the show results, you know, gaining more and more support every year. The style of bodybuilding that I represent is becoming more and more popular again, and that's what makes me happy. So if me losing shows can make that style of bodybuilding popular again, is worth it for me, you know. So
Good feeling.
yeah, because what I want is, you know, 10 years from now, when I'm done with competing, that there's 10 guys that look like I used to look, and they're competing and they're actually winning. And if they can win later because I lose now, then it's worth it, you know. Yeah.
When are your fans gonna be able to see you next time, next show?
Yeah, I'm done for the year now. I have, you know, some Army work to do this year, and, you know, try to catch up with everything back home with family and kids and stuff. And I want to make a real strong push for the Arnold Classic 2020. So, you know, I have some progress I want to try to make with some of my body parts. So instead of, you know, I think I was real happy with, you know, how I looked at the Arnold in Australia. However, I've seen where I need to make some progress. So I'll work this year to make that progress, come back next year. You know, I really don't want to get back on stage, you know, in such a short time if I can see where I need to make some progress, you know. So just go home and make the fucking progress, you know, and come back, right? You know, so that's what I want to try to do.
Okay, let me ask you a last question. If you will be able to give advice for beginners or for guys who started lifting, what it will be?
Yeah, the same thing I just told you. You have to, number one, you have to have a clear understanding of what you're trying to accomplish, a clear vision for yourself, what you want to do. You also have to have an understanding of who you are and what you are. Sometimes we want to try to be something that we're not really capable of being. Yeah. And you have to understand that. Not meaning you can't try or you can't go towards that goal, but just, you know, look, man, I probably could never be, you know, a gymnast. Yes. I probably could never be a ballet dancer. I could try and I could become better,
find the right
but that may not be the thing for me. And, you know, getting in this sport sometimes, you know, we want to be a bodybuilder or whatever, and, you know, maybe sometimes it just doesn't work out the way we want it to. And sometimes we may take things to the extreme. We may do some unhealthy things, pushing, trying to reach a goal that may not be for us. You know, so understanding who you are and what you are and what this goal is you're trying to accomplish is important. You know, what is your goal? To be a pro? All right, like, what is that? You know what I mean? Or, yeah, I want to be a bodybuilder. Okay, what is that to you? What does that mean?
What does it mean to you? Yeah.
Yeah, you know. And
why is it so important for you?
Yeah, because if your goal is to win a show, what happens when you don't? And understanding that, you know, sometimes winning and losing a show is a matter of circumstance. Maybe it has nothing to do with you. It's about because this other guy's just better. And it's not necessarily about you. So that doesn't necessarily mean you didn't reach your goal because you didn't get first place, right? And also, the second most important thing I think is being patient. You know, not trying to take things too fast, not trying to go too far or push your body too far, you know, but being patient and understanding that progress comes over time. You know, over time you make that progress, and slowly but surely things get to where you want. You know, in this society now with social media and everything, we want everything instantly. But, you know, it's possible to build a body almost instantly, but I'm not sure if that's the best way. So you need to be patient and let your body grow over time, let your body progress over time. Sometimes we can create progress too fast and it takes away the balance from our physiques. Yeah, and the third most important thing for me is consistency, you know. There's so many ways for us to make progress, improve body parts, whatever. So many different ways, and they all work, you know. So what you have to do is choose a method and be consistent with that, you know. And because consistency brings progress over time, no matter what. Even if the method that you're using is not the best way for you, if you're consistent with it, you will make some progress. And every year you're always better, right? You know. But we always look for what's the best way, what's the best way, what's the best way. No way is the best way, you know. If somebody tells you this is the best way, then it's bullshit.
Your own way, yeah.
You have to find what you feel works best for you.
Sometimes you fall down.
And you also have to find a way that you're able to be consistent with. Maybe this method, you know, could work for you, but you're not able to be consistent with this method, you know, depending on your lifestyle and what you have going on. For example, people tell me I should go away and just focus on bodybuilding. My lifestyle wouldn't allow me to do that consistently. I wouldn't want to do it anyway. So even if I was able to be consistent with it, I wouldn't enjoy that. I wouldn't want to do that, you know. So that's not something I could be consistent with, you know. But, you know, trying to find a balance between my life and bodybuilding is something that I can be consistent with. So yeah, I might not make progress as fast as some people think I could, but I do make progress. So that's what's important to me. Yeah.
Okay, Cedric, thank you very much for your kind words and everything. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Take care.